I'm Dan Gillette. I'm a project scientist here at CMU, working in Professor Selker's lab, working on voting technology for the Research Alliance and Accessible Voting, funded by the Election Assistance Commission. The areas that we're working on are graphical, audio, and paper ballots, specifically around accessibility for individuals with disability. Some of our current projects are audio ballots. How can we make them faster and more efficient for individuals who can't see or who have reading difficulties? Another area we're working on is how to make paper ballots more accessible, and that's through the use of magnifiers and reading aids. And we are also working on how to make ballots more understandable by looking at their language and the instruction sets that come with those ballots.
Hi, my name is Ashwin, and I'm a master's student at Carnegie Mellon working with Dan Gillette and Professor Ted Selker. My key area of focus is to look at the magnifiers that are used during voting and elections. The problem that we are concerned about is that a number of people have problems reading the text, and this could be due to two reasons. Either they do not know that they need to use magnifiers during elections, or they already have certain visual impairments that require them to use these magnifiers. So we are trying to do two things here. One is to reduce the amount of time that it takes to complete a voting process, and also reduce the number of errors that are related to this. So firstly, for the Fresnel magnifier, if you can see, in its natural state, the frame is not as sturdy. So when a user holds it, it tends to curve towards the end. So this affects the reading in two ways. One, there's different levels of magnification across different areas of the lens. And also, this also affects the clarity of the text itself because of the curve. So what we have done is to firstly make the frame sturdy by using a piece of cardboard. And in addition to that, we also believe that by reducing the amount of viewing area, we can help the user focus on what is actually being read and voted on. Secondly, the freestanding magnifier is something that we are working on as well. We believe that there could be potential improvements in this case by using plasters on top and the bottom to reduce the amount of text. Another way that we feel that this could be improved is maybe looking at the conventional ballots where the text is pretty divided into columns. So by reducing the width of this freestanding magnifier, we believe that there could be more focus itself. The other area of focus that I'm looking at is the audio voting ballot. So for example, we looked at the 2010 voting ballot and found that it is quite a cumbersome process. It has a number of repeated instructions which are pre-recorded, but besides that, specifically in terms of the review process, it is a pre-recorded set, and that roughly takes about 11 minutes just to review itself. Another problem over there is that as a user, you cannot jump into any particular contest that you want to review, and this adds the voting time required to complete the process.
So the main reason that we're doing this research is every individual has the right to vote independently, privately, and also be able to check the work that they did before they cast their ballot. And while a lot of technology has emerged to allow most people to do that, sometimes it takes so long or it's so complicated that many people give up their rights just to have an easier time casting their ballot. And in such cases, they might have someone assist them or not vote at all. So we're trying to make sure that if you want to vote, that you can vote independently, you can vote privately with no one else knowing how you voted, and that you're able to actually make sure that your vote was cast properly.